England, welcome to the final day of the initial pool matches from the Amsterdam side of the World Cup draw. All four Pool B teams are in action today, and no one can feel safe until the games are played out in front of four sets of very nervous fans. England fans will be used to being put through the ringer, but will remain confident despite needing to get the win today. They will be spurred on by the knowledge that they haven't yet seen England fire properly or fully yet. Here and in the frustration of losing to New Zealand in a game which they control for long periods, it's now at boiling point. China's two draws sees them level on the points with India, who play New Zealand later on today. They too have been a little under par, but will look to book their place on the plane to the crossovers, or even possibly the quarter-finals direct by winning this one and having the other result go their way. It's a day for calm heads and calculators, perhaps, as this uber-complicated tournament and travel structure sorts itself out. Pool A concluded yesterday with the Dutch striding into the quarterfinals with a 100% win tally. Germany and Chile, the big story of this World Cup so far, going into the crossovers. Those two camps will be eagerly preparing for the arrival of Belgium and South Africa, who have come through as the teams in transit from Pool D in Terrassa. So two well-matched teams, nothing in the heads-to-heads that suggests either side has an advantage here. All to play for. Flags flying proudly in the crowd there. Whose flags will be flying, I wonder, at the end of this game? Well, as the crowd take their seats, we were fortunate enough to have a chance to speak to both coaches ahead of this game, and they seemed very calm about things.
Yeah, we actually played well the other night. The result obviously was very disappointing, but there was a lot from the game that we were actually pretty pleased with.
1 point from two games in which you have had periods when you've been totally dominant. Can you channel that frustration to create energy and performance today?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this group are really good. You know, we had a disappointing result, but they're really good at bouncing back and channeling that frustration into, you know, playing as well as we did the other night, but obviously capitalising on the opportunities a lot more than we have done.
I'm not sure we're feeling any pressure at all. I think we're looking forward to this match. I think we're looking forward to playing the game today. We're looking to progress each game and play a little better. That's all we're looking forward to do today, and I think if we do that, we can be competitive.
Where do you think today's game will be won and lost?
Oh, I think in the end stages of the game, I think the team that's the most efficient in the end, in the circles, will be the team that wins. If we win some corners, we're a little bit more effective in our usage of the ball in the circle, as well as attacking and defensively. I think, you know, we'll be really competitive today and hopefully win the match.
Well, the two umpires coming out ahead of the teams here, Venri Venter of South Africa and Irene Prezenqui from Argentina, followed closely by the two teams, China in their all-yellow strip and England with the white shirts and the red skorts for this one today. And I'm sure these two sides will be eager to get this one underway. Well, the coaches were certainly putting a calm reflection on the game. I wonder whether that's translated to their respective charges as well. Two teams are out on the field, so we'll pause for the anthems. Team England acknowledging the support of their fans and now the anthem of China. Well, that's the anthems done and dusted. Alison Dunn going along her staff there and high-fiving before the start of this one. The exchange of pennants before the start of the game at the coin toss. China look as if they've won the toss. And there's the England lineup there with Maddie Hinch in goal, Holly Perm-Webb, the captain, in front of her there. Izzy Petter scored England's only goal in open plays so far. Lily Owsley up there with Ellie Rea, and Hannah Martin in a lively looking forward line with Sophie Hamilton giving pace as well. Although he didn't show it in the pre-match interview, I'm sure David Ralph feels the pressure here, and there's so many different permutations of what could happen today. And England will have been working hard, burning the midnight oil, making sure they'd covered every base to leave nothing to chance. And one thing I can guarantee you, exactly the same would have been happening in the Chinese camp. So Holly Perm-Webb trying to motivate her girls. I'm sure they need a little motivation in that regard, but just putting the finishing touches. Those are the bench players there. Darcy Bourne was drafted into the squad when Flora Peel picked up a thumb injury just before the start of this tournament, which has kept her out of this one. Darcy Bourne taking advantage of the unexpected opportunity that was presented to her. There's Team China, lots of experience in that team as well. They perhaps haven't scored the goals in open play that they would have wanted to so far, but all that can change today. Well, Alison Annan has been around the block so many times. She's known days like this as a player and, of course, as a coach as well. So no surprise, perhaps, that she can cope with the pressure. So we're waiting for the first whistle here. A sparse crowd, I think it's fair to say, to start the day here today. This is a day when the Dutch team, of course, are not in action. But those who are here are very, very engaged in the activity. There's Flora with her thumb still in plaster there, as you can see. Joined me in the commentary box the other day, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying so. Made a very, very good job of it indeed. Not the same as playing, though, and I can't pretend for a moment that it would have been for her. Holly Hunt's parents with some very natty headgear. They weren't tired like that when I met them at breakfast this morning, but there is some light rain in the air, so perhaps that's a sensible choice. Two match umpires for this one, Valerie Venter from South Africa and Irene Przinqui from Argentina. South Africa, one of the two sides who will be travelling across from Terrassa. Well, some familiar faces in the stand there. Helen Richardson-Walsh and Kate Richardson-Walsh isn't far away. And I think I've had a sight of a little Pfeiffer as well. So they're here en famille, and Helen and Kate are here in support of the excellent para-hockey competition that's taking place 150 metres from where I'm seated at the moment at the Pinoquet Club. One of the great innovations of EHF and FIH events in recent years. Hockey for everybody. And the passion and the pure enjoyment that will emanate from that particular competition is heartwarming and life reaffirming. Wonderful for them. They've got such ambassadors as the Richards and Walshes here as well. So England playing the ball out to this left-hand side, but a little unforced error there. Ball bouncing out of play. Li Hong thought about taking it, but it's left it in the end. China quickly across there to surround the English ball carrier. China moving the ball around the space out on the left-hand side if they can find it. There are bound to be early nerves. Both sides will feel the pressure and will want to settle into this game as quickly as they can. It's who can cope and channel the pressure the best that will have an early advantage. For the time being, it's China on the attack here, coming off the foot there of Giselle Ansley. Good covering defensive work there by Laura Unsworth, putting in a usual hard shift for the team. Holly Perm-Webb, ever watchful. Ansley holding things up. Nicely worked by England, but China quickly in again. This is Li Hong. Sure over there, but England carrying the ball out, and they have a free hit as well on that right-hand side of the defence. Perm-Webb just slides the pass out to the left-hand side for Ansley. Unsworth changing the point of the attack to that right-hand side now. Real pace down that right-hand side from Lily Owsley. Here she goes again. Both sides have got their own speed merchants, so we can expect a pacey game. China's free hit. That's good. Just a few metres outside that 23-metre line. Ball launched towards the England circle, but quite easily cut out in the end. Rather wasted opportunity by China there.
Was good. Okay, next time.
Petter turning the ball over, and well, both sides are making those little errors that we expected to be the case in the early exchanges. China's ball pretty much on the halfway line there.
One step more, please. 5, thank you.
England looking to make a couple of interchanges. China getting the break down the left-hand side, feeding towards England's circle. Whistle's gone against China. They hadn't realised that. And so doing the backpedaling there is Zhong Cha-Chi. China's sideline ball, feeding it down towards the baseline and harmlessly out of play. It's a great ball over the top and nicely picked up as well. Tess Howard out on the right-hand side. Brought it down well, but was quickly dispossessed. China not allowing England to settle on the ball. Both sides are going to have to go put a lot of legwork into this game and expect to go the distance. Nervy stuff on the field and nervy stuff in the stands as well. England have a free hit here, just inside that 23-metre zone. Perm-Webb. Bolson. trying to work it out and coming off an English foot there.
Barry, can you please talk?
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear
And a
you,
Toman
but very
backpedaling there. Well, I'm delighted to welcome into the box, having made a mad dash from her office, for which I'm eternally grateful, Marsha Cox once again. Hi, Marsha. You've missed very little, apart from an awful lot of nerves here, in a very important game for both camps, of course.
Hi, Nick. It's so nice to be here again today. It kind of feels like it's moving day for this pool.
Absolutely.
Any result in any of the games that we are going to watch today, can either cause a massive upset for a team or,
I didn't see
the
any
result is actually, the end result is actually going to be really interesting.
There was a famous old English, well, actually Scottish football manager who said it's squeaky bum time, and it really is here, because so much could happen. And in this particular group, teams' fates are hanging very much in the balance. Beautifully taken down. Difficult bouncing ball. Bolston doing well. I said earlier, Marsha, that in many ways I don't think either of these sides have shown us their best game yet, but it really has got to be shown today.
Yeah, indeed. This is a must-win game for England, and a draw could put them in a high-risk situation where they're very dependent on what happens in the next game.
And that's the game, of course, between India and New Zealand. New Zealand sitting pretty at the moment. The only side who's managed to win a game so far in this ultra-tight pool. China coming away, bringing it up to halfway, just laying the ball off to the right-hand side. Well, that's given us a penalty corner against England here. All smiles in the Chinese camp. And the umpires have been pretty consistent on that. If that's been the direction that the stick has been facing, it's blown as a corner for playing the ball deliberately off. I think it's something the umpires have decided that they're going to really tighten up on, playing the ball deliberately over your baseline. That ball could only go in one direction. So the first penalty corner of the game, and it's gone to China here. And Alison Anam was saying before the game in our interview with her that she felt that they were more effective than their opponents today at the set piece. Will that be proved true here, I wonder? That's come off the defender's stick, so no harm done as far as England are concerned there. Ju Bing-Feng just getting herself back into position as Ellie Rea gets those sprinters' legs moving again. Good support coming from behind, and now England have the penalty corner. Well, that was two of England's speed merchants, Owsley and Rea, working in tandem and causing China some difficulties. So, penalty corner. Oh, there's a determined face for you. Lily Owsley there, clearly pumped for this. As she was at the end of the game the other evening against New Zealand, where she did cut a rather frustrated figure, I have to say. Felt it was a game that they should have got something and probably a win out of. Bolton takes a shot on, and Bolton scores for England. China are going to refer it though.
Self-refer. Danger. Okay. Amy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Tina is asking for a danger ball. Can you check it for me, please?
Sorry, say again.
It's close. They're going to look. It's close. It did hit it. They're going to look.
So China are asking for a dangerous ball here. They're very quick to launch the appeal. Emma Yamada, the video umpire on duty today.
Decision ready.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Irini?
Yes?
No clear reason to change your decision. It was goal.
Well, it's given as a goal. I don't think that's going to go down very well with China. But the goal is given, and Grace Bolston has given England the lead here. Penny, for your thoughts, Alison, on that one, a rueful shake of the head.
Thank you, Amy. They lost or refer, okay?
And China lose their referral as well. Insult added to injury. England will take it.
Leave the ball!
So England are ahead, having just conceded a penalty corner to their opponents, striking straight back, finding a corner at the other end and putting it away.
Everyone 5, please!
China have a chance of striking straight back though, because they've got a penalty corner here at the other end.
Outside and inside. You want to refer? Okay, so you're looking for no.
Oh, England are going to refer this one as well. They're certainly going for it here, both sides.
Amy,
Yes, I can.
England is just asking that there's no stick check outside the circle and inside the circle. Can you check both?
Okay.
So England are claiming that there was no stick check or stick tackle inside or outside of the circle here. Clearly Owsley chasing in there. Certainly made a play, but I don't think she made any connection there. But
Okay,
let's
decision
see what
ready.
Emmy makes of this one.
Wandi, I have a decision for you. It was no stick check, and China was food, so free hit out. They keep the referral.
Just hold
So
it for
that
me.
one going against China as
Just
well.
hold it for me.
England keep their referral.
You ready?
Coach Anand's demeanour just gets a little bit darker and darker.
Good, stick.
England moving through the gears, moving smoothly through the midfield there. Lots of space on the left-hand side.
Play.
China's free hit. Now China clearly stung by conceding the goal and losing their referral as well. They just need now to calm and get back onto the game plan. Up to England's goal, they had a degree of control in the game. And it's very early stages of this one. It's going to be a long, long game.
Good, fire, okay.
When you have a setback, Marsha, in a game, though, it is hard to dismiss it immediately, isn't it? It's but you need to dig in and find your game very quickly.
Good, good tackle play.
Of course, Nick, and what's also really interesting is that game 3 in a tournament is normally also a mental game. You've got a little bit of fatigue setting in the legs, and yeah, it's all about having that mental strength to push through and play a very clinical game. And then having that setback, as you mentioned, quite early in the game, it really requires a lot more of that mental focus and that determination and tenacity to claw your way back into the game.
It's inside or outside? Inside. Okay.
Well,
Right,
China will be looking to find that inner mental strength. For the time being, England enjoying the lead. And free hit taken quickly. Played into the circle. China have got players on the edge of the circle and can run the ball out here towards this near touch line. Sophie Hamilton closing down. China escaped despite close English attention. Chen Yang.
It's low. You. Same thing.
China's free hit. Firmly struck to that left-hand side. Then rather losing her bearings on the pitch there. That was Chung Ying. It's a lovely ball. Holly Hunt wide on this left-hand side. Just tucks it back infield. Ansley. Hunt again. Plays it down towards the baseline. China snapping in. England wondering whether that was worthy of a penalty corner for playing the ball over the baseline. That wasn't the umpire's opinion. China deflecting the ball towards the end of the circle. That could have been dangerous, but China it is who pick it up and run it up to the halfway line and beyond.
It's good.
Real solo run there from the very impressive Li Hong.
Thank you.
We're into the last minute of this first quarter. First quarter not without incident. England 1, China 0 is how it stands. Going to get a card here, green card for China's Hao Ting. That 2-minute suspension will be served either side of the quarter-time break, which is rapidly approaching now. Good first-time ball. Hunt again. Misplaces a pass this time. No time for a restart here, and the hooter brings to an end a first quarter with plenty of talking points. Grace Bolston's goal has given England the lead here over China, who will be dismayed that the award went against them when they referred the penalty corner. But they've got to put that now firmly to the back of their minds and make the approach positive in quarters 2, 3 and 4. It's a long way from over yet, and English fans won't for a minute think they're going to be let off the hook here. Well, as the two coaches go to work with their charges, we look forward to bringing you the highlights of that pulsating first quarter. So there's our goal scorer, centre shot there, Grace Bolston. Got plenty of power on the shot. Was aided by the deflection of the first Chinese runner. But it could prove to be a very important goal for that man in shot there, and Team England. There's the story of the first quarter. Possession very even indeed. Penalty corner count level as well.
Last time they were close for the break, so let's just watch
choose
the break.
between them. England just edging the circle penetrations, but it's the England scoreline, the England goal that makes the big difference here. So away we go. China, of course, in their all-yellow strip. And being dispossessed here now. This is Tess Howard on the charge. Goes there. The umpire's not interested there. Howard going to ground. Rather too easily, perhaps, in the view of the umpire there. He had a good look at it and a very good view of it as well. It's come off an England foot, so it will be a free hit to restart here for China. Over she goes. Looking appealingly towards the umpire, but getting no change out of it.
Play, got it!
China starting to make quite a few unforced errors in the midfield, and they're actually getting punished for it by this English team.
Yes, they are, and I think there's still some pretty raw frustration down there. We saw them gesticulating with their coach when they came together at quarter time about the goal they conceded. They really do need to park that now, though, and get back into the game.
Yes, it's okay there. Stop the ball and you can play.
England in the ascendance here will look to use this period of pressure to extend their lead.
That's good, right there. That's it. Everyone 5, please. 24, China.
Fiona Crackles over the ball here. Pulling it wider for Owsley. Back through Bolston. And Holly Pern-Webb on that far side. Lovely ball out to that right-hand side. Zhang was under some pressure there. England's free hit taken quickly by Toman. Good pace about the England game at the moment, sensing, I think, that this has been a good period of play for them. Howard unleashes and straight at the goalkeeper. It's come off an England foot in the end. It'll be a hit out to China, but Tess Howard unloading one there. England looking bright here.
Yeah, nice piece of work by Owsley as she works the ball in and finds Howard absolutely free. She's just so good on receive and hit it on the second touch. Really, it's a real danger if you give her that little inch of space.
Liu Piu, the Chinese goalkeeper, was right behind it, and just as well. That ball was travelling. Owsley really has got the bit between her teeth, though. She's looking a real threat. England in recycling mode again through Crackles. Plays it back and now swept out to that right-hand side. Good patient build-up here from England. Bolton wider still now for Owsley. Just chops inside, showed a little bit too much there to the Chinese girl, who was able to steal possession back. Owsley again picks the pass. Annesley on again through Toman. Attempted lofted pass through there from Fiona Crackles, was well picked by the Chinese midfield. Now England will be hoping that this spell of pressure leads to something so that they can extend their lead. England have a start, but by no means is this a winning lead. Toman plays the ball almost to her own baseline. Ansley giving her the angle for that.
Good. Nothing happened there.
China showing a little urgency of their own. They've seen very little of the ball in England's 23 in this second quarter so far, but just showing signs that getting back into their game again. Their touch is returning. Raya was initially bypassed, was quickly back in though to cover the danger. It's very well played out of defence by China. Into the circle. Again, China not happy with the umpiring decision that goes against them. Ansley leaves it for Toman. Puts herself in the position to receive the pass. Well worked out between those two England players. Chusha on again through Chung Ying. Ansley plays a good ball. Hannah Martin was able to continue the move, but then the pass out to Holly Hunt just going astray. Takatakima down there on the bench, the assistant coach of China, or one of them. 242 caps for the Netherlands and a whole raft of goals. One of the leading players in the men's game of his generation. Ansley. Unsworth. There'll be two of the senior players that England will look to manage this situation today. Well, we're midway through this second quarter now. Marsha, what do you make of it so far?
I'm really impressed with the speed of the game. I think both teams are really going as fast as they can. Sometimes it's causing them a bit of trouble as they lose control of the ball, as they're rushing it a little bit too much. China have done really well to manage the pressure in the high in the corners that England have applied as they come on their fast attacks. But both teams are generally defending the middle of the field very well, not giving each other a chance through that middle flank of the field.
Good play.
Pearl Webb tidying up at the back for England again there. Yeah, I think these are two sides who are not shy of playing the game at a high tempo. Makes for an exciting match to watch.
And they both generally are attacking down the flanks of the field. So yeah, their defense is really solid in the middle, but they've got to bring up a little bit more into their attacks on the width.
No, nothing.
China's free hit taken quickly. Into England circle, a little lift over the top. And once again, it's the left arm of the umpire that comes out, favouring the defence, so England will have a chance to clear again here.
It's just interesting piece of play as she tries to lift the ball and use a little aerial skill, but falls short in the execution. Nice idea.
Well, again, for the thoughts of Alison Anand down there on the Chinese team bench. She's seeing her team here working industriously to get themselves back into the game that they fell behind in that very first quarter. But she'll know this is going to be a long day at the office for her and for her charges. England hanging on to it there in Lily House, who's covering an awful lot of ground in this game. She seems to pop up all over the pitch. She's a real bundle of energy. Now England just pegged back momentarily here as China try a hide ball into the England circle, but the range was wrong. Howard quickly in on the loose ball, and even more quickly on the free hit, bouncing off a Chinese foot, but alert enough to take advantage. Good umpiring as well there, allowing Howard to continue a run. Clever lift over the stick. Great pullback for the penalty corner. Great skills there from Lily Owsley. Once again, popping up where she can hurt her opponents, this time in their circle.
It's a really deliberate piece of play where she's going for the penalty corner. That's exactly what you want when you've absorbed a lot of pressure. Make sure that your chances in your attacking circle are either penalty corner or a secure shot at goal.
Well, a chance for their coach to draw on that water bottle, and a chance for the team just to take some deep breaths as well after a little bit of Chinese pressure had been mounting on them. There's the push out. And the shot's all along the floor this time. And it bangs into those backboards, and England have a 2-goal lead here. Giselle Ansley, the goal scorer.
You lost your refer. You lost your refer. You lost.
China.
You lost your refer.
Or again,
you lost your refer. Okay.
The umpire explaining to China on several occasions that they've lost their right to referrals.
Come on, you lost your refer. You lost it. Come on, play.
Well, I'm not sure. We need to look at the replay again.
Come on,
here,
China.
Marshall, see what Alison Hernan is. So
they're concerned that the ball did not exit the circle, and I think there was a bit of doubt from the umpires, if I'm not sure, but not enough to have requested an umpire referral.
Well, it's gone straight through here.
Yeah, it's very difficult to see from this angle, and it would be worth a referral indeed, but unfortunately they've lost it.
Well, Coach Anand's mood just getting a little bit darker there. The frustrations of an international player or an international coach when your team is needing a little bit of fortune. Seems to be against China at the moment, but there's still time, of course, for that to change. But China really do need to score a goal of their own, and very soon now. I mean, the teams are right on the edge, aren't they, when it comes to this controlling the ball from the penalty corners. They're not allowing too much blue pitch to emerge the other side of the white line. They're getting closer and closer, and there's no surprise when sides are able to refer it, that goals get overturned. Hard for the umpire on the spot in the pressure of the moment. Sometimes it's even hard when we're looking at it in slow motion analysis, frame by frame, to determine exactly where the ball was controlled.
No, outside, danger. Outside.
So 2 penalty corner conversions for England, and I think I don't think it's unfair to say that England have struggled with penalty corners in the tournament to date, and ironically here they are with scoring 2 from 2.
We could also say that they had a lot of practice in their previous game.
A very fair point. A very fair point. And practice, as we all know, makes perfect. Bolton trying to play that one onto a stick in the Chinese circle, an English stick that is, but no one on the same wavelength. No surprise we're looking at that corner again. imploring, but the rules, I'm afraid, are the rules. And when it comes to the
England.
losing your referral, that's pretty much it.
So far, good?
Yes, I am good. This it, yeah. Yes, good.
Hit the ball away.
Now China have the perfect
Good, Marie.
chance here to pull back, because they've now got a penalty corner of their own. England knocking the ball away.
That's 20.
Umpires have been hot on that during the tournament as well. Sophie Hamilton
15.
guilty there.
10. Right, step in. In you go.
England's defence gathered around Maddie Hinch's position in the centre of the goal there.
Play, step.
Trying to go for the deflection, are they? Hinch gets herself into position, makes the save, but the whistle's already gone again.
Going for the low far post, it looks like, on the low flick.
Yes, a good routine this. Deliberately played wide of goal, looking for the tip in.
Well read by Fiona Crackles, holding a line and getting a stick to it.
Keep it going, 30 seconds.
So last 20 seconds now of this first half. England have scored goals from penalty corners in both quarters so far, and are seemingly on their way to a win here. There's the latest goal scorer, Giselle Ansley. And there's the score of the goal number 1. And that's the end of the first half here, and England have done all that their fans could have hoped of them. They've built up a good lead here by 2-0, but they won't think this game is anywhere over yet. And Coach Anand will need to get her girls together here and have a rethink and see what they can throw at England in the second half. They need a goal, and they need one quickly, I would suggest, after the break here. So a degree of controversy about both of the England goals. Anderson and Anand there having a word with Jed Curran, the umpire manager for this tournament. And as the teams leave the field, we're going to take a short break as well. But I know you'll want to be back in time for the second half, and I'll make sure that Marsha and I are here as well. Do join us in Amsterdam for that. Amsterdam, England 2, China 0 is how it stands at half-time here. 2 penalty corner conversions for England. Grace Bolston with the first, and Giselle Ansley with the second. Let's reflect on that first half with our usual highlights package. So the first penalty corner of the game for England here. And Bolston gives it a rip, and it flies in the back of the Chinese net.
Thank you, Amy. They lost our refer, okay?
China sent it to a video referral, claiming the ball was high when it took the deflection, but the video was the referral was overturned. China concede the goal and lose their referral. England with their tails up, and a really strong shot there coming from Tess Howard. Straight at the goalkeeper, who did well to get everything behind it. England's second penalty corner. This time Giselle Annesley all along the turf and rattling into the backboards. But again, China were displeased, feeling the ball hadn't left the circle, but of course they couldn't challenge it. They'd lost their referral from the first corner. All along the deck, and the goalkeeper was disappointed not to have got more to keep that one on out. England 2 goals then to the good here. And it's the penalty corners for England that for once have done the business for them so far in this game.
Scoreline-wise, we're obviously quite pleased. A few things in the game have gone our way. It's been a bit, nervy for both teams because there's a lot on the line. But we're reasonably pleased with how it's gone.
What's going to be key to maintain this lead in the second half?
I think it's staying calm in the pressure that's in the game and the heat of the moment, and being able to play our game as much as we want. Because obviously the pressures through the game will keep building. So it's just about staying true to how we want to play the game.
No, I'm not really pleased with a few decisions that have been made in the first half that have cost us 2 goals. But we have to keep fighting. We're not in the end stages of the game. We're not making the chances we should be. We've made a few errors at the back there that have given them opportunities. But a ball that's not got out of the circle and a ball that's gone high through the body. I mean, yeah, and you're standing against the clock. So we have to fight in the second half and do our best to score 2 goals.
Besides that, looking at your own team, what needs to be different?
Well, we just need to keep it simple. That's the thing, If we keep it simple and we play the ball around and we fight for the ball, then we'll make more contests. So I think it's about us getting on top of those simple things that we can improve on.
Very controlled interview there with Alison and Anne, and the message is very much that it's not over yet. But, China will be looking to keep it simple. That's such good advice so often.
Correct.
It is, like so many games, ultimately a very simple one. But England are in the pound seats here, Marsha, for sure. They'll fancy the chances of taking this game, these important points that England so badly need.
Well, it's going to be really interesting, Nick. We've also seen the 2-0 trap happen before, not with this team, but definitely in tournaments. Do China have the composure to keep it simple and fight their way back into this game?
Well, we haven't really seen England under any pressure, either on the pitch, on the scoreboard, or mental pressure yet. If China were to get a goal early in this second half, that would certainly start ringing a few alarm bells in the England mind. So that'll be a real pressure point for David Ralph and his team here. But at the moment, looking good for England with a 2-goal lead. Sun breaking through the heavy cloud cover that we've had most of the day here in Amsterdam.
It's okay,
making a very welcome appearance.
It's okay.
Holly Pembrose was running the ball towards the end of the edge of a circle, but the umpire had already blown a whistle for an English free hit, which Giselle Annesley will take on, throwing it high. It's a good one as well, but a Chinese girl underneath it. Getting in position first.
That's fine, I can take that one.
Yes, I was waiting, but...
Yeah, she was fine.
That's a good ball. Chinese forwards haven't yet been able to impose themselves on this game. They've not had the service. They'll be hoping for better in the second half. Attacking quickly here towards that England circle.
Nothing.
Trying to turn the ball onto England foot. England very carefully keeping their feet out of the way of the ball, but it's come off the back of an English stick, and the umpires are given the penalty corner, but England immediately saying, oh no, you don't. Let's have a look at that one on the video.
I aware penalty corner because of back of the stick of England, and they are asking for a foot before that.
Okay, have a look.
So England are looking for a Chinese foot before the ball came off the back of the English stick. Well, when you see the action in the circle as close up as that, you have to sympathise with the umpires. England desperate to get the 5 metres, not getting involved in the flow of the game towards that circle. Remember, the umpires awarded the penalty corner. Here comes the decision.
Irini, no clear reason to change your decision, so penalty corner, they lose referral.
So the penalty corner stands, and England now lose their right to referrals. And China will think that maybe the hockey gods are starting to smile on them. But maybe not yet. This probably has to go in before they start thinking in that direction.
Oh, we don't have the time because of the refer. Okay. Be ready, please.
England's defenders getting themselves readied.
Wait for the whistle, okay?
First penalty corner then of this second half. Good routine shot comes in. That's struck the England first runner here. We're going to take umpire stopping the clock to make sure the injured player is okay.
There's blood.
I think it's
Maggie, can you say to the judges that there's blood on the pitch?
Izzy Petra, I think, is it? Yes, Izzy Petra has done the charging of the line, but we're hearing there's blood involved, so we're going to need some treatment first and foremost to the player.
Yes, it is a bully. Over there, yeah. Because I stopped time. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's burst the finger there. We saw one of those in one of the games here yesterday as well. I'm sorry if you're squeamish. We're certainly getting into the facts of the matter there, aren't we?
She's done well to run down the line and has read it well.
China,
but as you know,
China was with the ball.
Hand is part of the stick, is deemed part of the stick.
Quite a painful
it is a ball,
part of the stick.
Yeah, but they were playing with the ball.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So the team doctor will go off to the medical room here with Izzy Petra and see what can be done.
You often see the defenders wearing double gloves to protect their hands in the event of something like this happening. So but it also makes it really difficult for you to have the control of the ball once you've defended the penalty corner. So if anybody is wondering why she isn't better protected,
we are ready here,
it's also about preference and having that ability to play the second phase of the penalty corner defense.
So the pitch has been sanitised, and the game will restart with a bully, or its rather pale imitation these days.
First one.
There's Howard winning the free hit. Very combative player for England. Anna Toman playing the ball to the top of her own circle. Webb back for Anna Toman again.
Play.
Now China have got players forward here. Can they make something of it into the England circle? England tracking back well, getting themselves into good deep positions where they can pick off those Chinese.
They're good. Hold your fire, that's good.
Passes into the circle. But China's starting to build up a bit of a head of steam here and putting the England circle under pressure, eager to get themselves on the scoreboard.
Good.
Scoreboard pressure that we hear talked about so much these days.
England are doing well to get their numbers behind, giving China the only option to use the aerial skill as they try to bring the ball into the circle.
Darcy Bourne flashes one across, and that was very dangerous indeed. The goalkeeper had come a long way off her line there.
It's a great cross in and
a
good effort by Hannah Martin.
Marty Bourne, one of a number of members of the very successful Surbiton club in England.
Play. Play. Yes, play. Good tackle.
Come on, lift your head, come on!
England trying to launch what would be fair to say a rare attack in this second half. They've had to absorb some Chinese pressure. Bourne again.
Play, got it! That's fine! Play! Play!
Play allowed to go on. Probably heard the England defenders there. Attackers rather, saying the Chinese wasn't 5 metres.
Leave.
So 5 minutes gone in this second half here, this third quarter of play. England still
Hold inside, hold inside. Now you can go.
2 goals to the good.
Come on, time to go then, hold, come on.
Courtesy of Grace Bolson and Giselle Ansley, both from penalty corners. Bolson again plays it across for Pern Webb.
Come on.
China's sitting off.
Got to be available.
High ball.
Got to go, Lily, come on. Go back.
Play up.
China taking the free hit quickly. Just sliding a lovely ball through, really threading that through the eye of a needle. Winning just a long corner here. Pockets of the Chinese support just trying to give their team the lift that they so badly need here.
Nothing. Too long.
Really some nice piece of skill as she tries to force the corner, but just unlucky in trying to finding that foot. What's really obvious is that China have started this third quarter with a deliberate effort to attack down their right-hand side. But at a certain point, when you're not being as successful as you want, it would be nice to see a little bit of variation come into the game.
Alison was making the point, wasn't she? If you wanted China to keep it simple. And I guess that's sound advice, particularly in this high-pressure situation that, well, frankly, both teams are in here. But England have the lead, and that will be calming their nerves and giving them confidence in the process. Wang Na turning away from Holly Hunt and keeping China in possession of the ball. England happy to sit back. Trying to throw it over the top, but nicely picked up. Wayne can launch an attack from here. Needed to be a better pass out to that left-hand side.
Good. Get young. Yep. Play.
Ellie Rea trying to pick the ball up there, but couldn't get enough connection on it.
Come on, kick it on, come on! Move it round, come on!
You hear David Rolfe's dulcet Scottish tones there, encouraging the team. Getting to move the ball around, zip it around the pitch, move their opponents.
Play. Play.
Come
Charlie plays it forward. Ansley making very sure that that ball didn't bounce over a stick. Good old-fashioned upright stick stop there. Lovely striker of the ball.
Five's good.
Family
Hold,
Richardson
hold,
Walsh up
hold.
there.
Play, you got it! So keep that five for me!
Liu Bingfeng throws it very high.
Good. Good. Play. Play. Play.
England setting off again. Good aggression right across the lines here for England. They really are up for this one. Rhea. No way through this time, but Rhea, she covers the ground so quickly, getting back. It's China who come away across the halfway line, bringing the ball up towards this English 23-metre line, just a sideline ball. Well, I don't think I was too unfair at the start of the programme when I said I didn't think we'd seen the best of England so far in this tournament, but we're certainly seeing something much more like it today, producing the goods when it really mattered. David Rolfe was honest enough to say after half-time that a couple of decisions had
Foot here.
gone his team's way, and I don't think we need to dwell on that. I think we all know what he was talking about. But his girls have made it happen. High energy performance from them today. Great grit and determination, and no shortage of skill.
I was waiting for an advantage, but
Yeah, she
didn't want to play. Yeah.
So good.
But there's still a long way to go, and England will not be counting any chickens just yet.
Good tackle.
Rolston.
Do you have it?
England. Play it.
Good.
Free hit against Hannah Martin there. China turning away from
Good
challenges.
play.
Getting the ball into the circle. It'll be a long corner. Argentine umpire there, Irene Przenkry. Right on the spot.
Hey.
Coming off a Chinese shoe there. Point for Holly Hunt to chase after, but I think China will get there first. Yes, they do. Darcy Bourne doing the hard yards for the team. Just about 2.5 minutes left.
Good. Play. 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 Play.
Martin carrying the ball forward.
Is it China free out? It's okay. Play.
What do you think Alison will be looking for her team to produce from here, Marcia? Because they haven't created too many goal-scoring opportunities in this second quarter. What's got to change?
Play.
I think that they need to recognise that England are getting their numbers back well in time, especially on that right-hand side where they're just forcing the attack, and that they need to start bringing in a little bit of variation so that if they bring the ball to the left, perhaps that space on the right that they're wanting to attack will start opening up a little bit more. And then, like you said, they need to start making more of those circle entries. They haven't really had anything threatening at the goal as yet.
England having to concentrate very hard in defence. They don't want to give China any easy ways back into this game. Laura Unsworth scrapping for the ball down there. Tillman plays it back for Pern Webb, standing virtually on the kickers there of Maddie Hinch. Maddie Hinch has had very little to do, and that would be a concern if I was Alison Annan or her Chinese team here.
You got it? Walang worry.
Everybody's there.
Yes, yes.
Ball almost going vertically there.
Good.
China lucky
Good.
to keep possession. Certainly wasn't the ball she was looking for.
Stop the ball for play, okay? Play.
Not long left though in this third quarter here.
It's a hand. Hand play.
Painful wrap on the hand there as well for Fiona Crackles, but she shakes it off. The adrenaline will be pumping through these players' veins at the moment, which takes away the pain of the odd knock.
What England are doing really well is they're surrounding the ball carrier. So the minute China have the ball, they're surrounding the ball carrier with about 3 players, making it really difficult for the ball carrier to pick up momentum and find that 2 versus 1 or attack the space and break the lines.
So just 15 minutes to go here. England still in the driving seat, leading by 2-0. Both goals coming from penalty corners through Grace Bolston and Giselle Ansley. There's still a long way to go. David Rolfe there will be delighted that his team still preserving this 2-goal advantage. Alison Annan now drinking in the last chance saloon. Her team have got to come out all guns blazing. As you can see, China building up the percentage of possession figures. There's that figure at the bottom, the big 0 against the goals scored, that she really needs to impact here. Maddie Hinch has been a virtual spectator in the game, and that has got to change if China are going to find a way back into the game here and ignite their fans in the crowd. They've not given it up yet. I'm sure that Alison Annan and the Chinese team won't have given it up yet either. So it could be a bumpy ride in this last 15 minutes. Let's settle back and enjoy it.
Good play.
How would you expect China to approach this final quarter, Marshall?
Okay, play.
Surely they must just throw everything at England now and hope their luck changes.
That's exactly what they've got to do. They're going to literally throw everything at England. One of the things that I'd like to see them do is, as they enter the circle, is to play the ball a little bit faster at the goal. They seem to want to work it in, which of course is a natural principle to also stick to, but we saw England getting exposed in previous games when the ball was really played unexpectedly towards goal and really fast as the opponent entered the circle. China haven't really had an opportunity to put their defense under pressure in that regard.
Well, England have certainly worked hard to get themselves into this position. They've had key decisions that have indeed gone their way. I don't think there's any masking that. And they're going to work very hard now to make sure there is no comeback for China. Now China in the England circle, and a very poor option there straight onto the stick of Hannah Martin, who must have been surprised to find the ball coming at her. Rhea not able to gather that ball in. If she had done, it could have been interesting because she can motor. China are playing with high defensive lines here, so there are some gaps for England to exploit if they can find the right passes. Ansley out to that left-hand side. Ansley in reverse gear there. I've not seen too much of that in the game. She's been very much on the front foot pretty much from the first whistle. David Rolfe's call from the touchline, once again extolling the virtues of hard work.
Hold your 5.
Unsworth watching that one very closely as it reared up off the turf, but brought it down well.
Happy with that tackle? Yeah.
Penweb very calmly running it out, using all that international experience that she has.
Is the 5 good? Yes, they are.
th cap in total for Great Britain today with Penweb. Always difficult with English caps. England and Great Britain both count in your total international tally. We saw Lily Owsley celebrating 100 caps the other day, but that was 100 for England, to which you had to add over 80 for Great Britain as well. So there is experience in this England team, and they might need it in these closing stages here as China show that they still believe that they can make something out of this. China, remember, have drawn their first 2 games in this tournament. I think it's settled for a draw now. The seconds that are ticking away are just sucking life out of the Chinese threat here.
Play. Play, got it! Play!
Rhea sets off. There is support to her left. She's heading in that direction, but she's holding on to the ball as well and making useful ground, but perhaps should have selected a pass a little earlier than that.
Good, play on. Play on. Nothing. It's a tackle play.
England are indeed working very hard here. There's a break on here for China. Oh, great defending. Bolson did really well there. She kept her eye on the ball. Penweb tracking back, forcing China out of the circle again. Bolson taking over now. China's free hit.
England, hold your part there!
They do need to get on with it. Precious seconds being squandered here.
Stick. Yes.
And Bourne picks it up and then plays a rather too gentle pass, which is picked up once again by China.
Nothing, play. Play. That tackle is okay, play. It's nothing, there are the 2 stickers on the floor.
Off a Chinese foot again. That's the pace. We've almost seen too little of that from China. A Chinese team in full flight is a sight to behold, but excellent defending there from Bolsden.
It's okay, play on.
Nicely taken down. Ball pulled back. England have got shirts back. China going a long way round and winning a penalty corner. Applause from the coach. 8.5 minutes left. England 2, China 0, but a goal here from this penalty corner changes everything. And Coach Anand knows that.
20 seconds. 50.
Now, this is why you practice hours and hours on the training ground,
10.
and nobody trains harder than China. Maddie Hinch. What a goalkeeper to have in a situation like this. Oh, it's an untidy, ponderous shot comes in. And Hinch bats away, but it was a strike at goal and too high, so it'll be a free hit here for England. Another chance squandered by China. Routine just breaking down. When they wanted a good one, they couldn't find it.
These are the moments that you would deem a wasted opportunity. She had a lot of time to actually turn and get the ball onto her strong stick, but you're rushing it, you under pressure, there's a lot of emotion in the game, and you're also desperate to get that one on the scoreboard as well for your team.
Well, the pressure is really on Team China now. They're staring right down the barrel, and their coach, with all of her vast experience as a player and a coach of the very highest order, is well aware of that now. They need the oxygen of a goal.
It's good. 10.
We're midway through this fourth quarter of play. England have a free hit. England fans will have their fingers firmly crossed here.
You got it?
And
Yes.
China will be looking at their lucky charms, one of which I was honoured to receive myself before the start of the tournament. They need a charm though now that secures them a goal, and quickly. There won't be any great hurry to get the ball moving. Every second that they spend either in possession or with the ball out of play is another second they haven't got to defend. Coleman plays it back for Pern-Webb. On for Ansley again. Those two have been rock solid for England. By far their best team performance of this World Cup so far. And that will delight David Ralph.
Play it. Good.
And when they woke up this morning, would have looked at the group table that saw them sitting in fourth place. Would have known they needed to dig themselves out of a hole, which was partially of their own making. Well, the digging's gone pretty well, because with just over 5 minutes left here, they lead by 2 goals to 0 against the China team, for whom little has gone right. Bin Feng gets the ball inside. Look at England swarming back there in numbers here. China trying to get on with it. England preventing them doing so.
It was 5 minutes to go. England just want to control the space of the game and hold on to their lead. They're doing a good job at it. They're absorbing a lot of pressure.
Come here,
They're just
please.
staying really patient and getting numbers behind the ball.
Thank you.
Yes, England managing the clock well here. In charge on the scoreboard. Toman. Holly Hunt.
Play! Play up!
Shoshu trying her best for China here.
Attention, play.
Very, very keenly defending the edge of that circle, just not allowing China any chances in the circle at all.
Outside.
free hit, but only just outside.
Here,
4
closer,
minutes
closer.
and counting here.
No, wait, here,
England
closer,
2, China
closer,
0.
Closer, okay.
Check the fast.
Good.
Is there still
Yes.
more drama to come in this game? England fans will be hoping not.
Lift the ball. Yes, girls. Bring it on, come on.
China trying to overforce it, and so often the case. They don't control the ball into that England circle, so yet again a few seconds ticking away. Ansley back for Perm Webb. Ansley again thought about the overhead, but plays a more conservative pass along this blue turf.
Good tackle.
Antwerp still battling.
It's a good tackle play.
Another player who just never stops running.
No, you are on the floor.
Absolute workhorse.
Father, okay? Now she touched with a stick.
Well, England get some rest and respite after this game, but the amount of effort they put into this one, they're going to need it as well. I don't think David Ralph could have asked for any more from his girls. Still more work to be done, though. They're not over the line yet. Knocked away, that's an important touch by Howard, tracking back. Howard trying to power away through, but it's China who've nicked it here.
Is that good? Nothing there, play. Nothing there, play.
Jumping over sticks, almost like Scottish sword dancing, keeping their feet out the way of the ball.
Fox good.
Into the last 2 minutes now. England almost there to take the 3 points on offer. 3 points would move them on to 4 in total, alongside New Zealand, who play later on today. Well, it's been a pulsating match, Marsh, but I'm going to have to ask you to come up with your player of the match.
Well, Nick, I think this one is a really easy one.
Oh, good.
Well, England have produced a really great team performance, and we can see them go on another attack.
Darcy Bourne on the ball. She'll keep the ball by the corner flag while you give me the player of the match.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, a player who has stood out from the first minutes of the game and shown her dominance in the midfield with speed and just also hockey intelligence, working the penalty corners for England and giving them that advantage to take the lead. And then also to score the second goal is Lily Owsley. She's definitely put her hand up and encouraged. I believe she's been a catalyst for some of the dips in the moments in the game where she's brought the energy, and you can see that it's had an effect on the rest of the team.
40 seconds
you're
to
absolutely
roll.
right, and she really has put in a shift for the team today. She's been involved in defence and attack, and Lily Owsley is your player of the match, England's number 26. So England almost there now. China know it's all up. They needed a little bit of fortune. They've had little of it in this one. And it's England who take 3 very important points indeed in this World Cup. And for the first time in this tournament, we see an England team smiling with their fans on the final whistle. Alison Annan still absolutely smarting what's happened to her team today, sportingly going across and shaking the hands of the England team. But she's going to take a little bit of calming down, I think, here, congratulating her girls, who gave absolutely everything, but never really recovered from those 2 penalty corner setbacks. And it is China who leave the field here, showing frustration.
But Nick, it's not over yet, depending on the result of the next game.
No, indeed,
New
absolutely,
Zealand
it's not
versus
over.
India. China could still be very well in this tournament. We have no idea. We have to wait and see.
It's going to be a patient game today. China are now marooned on 2 points. England have moved now on to 4 alongside New Zealand. Well, as the teams take themselves away from the action, we're going to bring you the action of what turned out to be a pulsating game. So an early penalty corner for England, and Grace Bolton there ripping one through the defence. It took a deflection along the way, and China claimed that the ball was high, but they lost their referral. The second goal, Giselle Amsley, this time all along the turf, and again China were annoyed, feeling the ball hadn't left the circle, and coach Anand was certainly not at all pleased with either of those 2 decisions. So those goals putting England in the driving seats and gave them the important confidence that every team needs. They tried to find goals in open play. They've been hard to find for England throughout the tournament. That was one of the closer attempts. China looked to corners themselves to try and find a way back, but when they wanted a smart routine, it all broke down, and the chances just didn't fall their way. So England take the win. So we're going to have a chance now to speak to Lily Owsley. Lily, a smiling Lily Owsley, that's something we've wanted to see all tournament. That was some battle though today.
Yeah, I promise I do smile a lot off the pitch. I'm just a fairly angry, aggressive player. Yeah, I'm so happy. I think I said in my post-match interview on Tuesday that China were probably going to get the brunt of our performance against New Zealand.
You did.
And so, yeah, I'm so happy. I didn't have doubts before the game. I knew we were going to win, but we always say that we don't make it easy for ourselves. But I think we're entertaining, and that's a good thing. But yeah, we're up and running now, and we considered this the start of the knockout games. So 1 down, and I think 4 to go.
You say you're an aggressive player, and a few would argue with that, particularly those who've had to play against you, but it was that aggression that England showed right from the first whistle day that stamped their authority on the game.
Yeah, we wanted to come out hard. We knew we could. It's always a hard one when the other team can play for a draw, and China are in a good side. Alison's done some good things with them, so we knew they were going to be tough. They actually got the better of us in the Pro League, so yeah, we were not complacent. We gave them the respect they did deserve, and I mean, there was a period in that last quarter for I think about 6 minutes, not one team held the ball for longer than 3 seconds. So I think both teams showed a lot of fight, and yeah, we're English, so we're fighters, and we're going to show that for the rest of the tournament.
Well done, Lily. That was the result your fans badly wanted to see. You really turned in a show for us. Well done.
Thank you.
So all smiles in the England camp, and what a contrast it will be, I'm sure, with Team China, who had little going their way today. They needed to score after England had got the early goal. They needed to bounce back quickly, and as try as they might, the routines just broke down. Very little going their way. Well, Chu Sha, your disappointment is clear from your face. A disappointing result today for China.
I think today is the result is what I need, and then I'm part of the team. We play very well, so I don't think so. This umpire decision is right, No,
well, we won't dwell too much or get you into trouble by talking about the goals you conceded, but your girls around you worked very hard to try and get back from that 2-goal deficit, but England's defence were on form today.
Yeah, despite we done first, but we still fighting. So we hope try to get the chance and then to the goal. So yeah, a little miss.
Well, an anxious wait for you now to see what happens in the final game of the day. But thank you for joining us, and good luck for the rest of your time here.
Yeah, thank you.
So Alison and Anne there just trying to get amongst the troops and reassure them that all is not lost. The Richardson Walsh family will have enjoyed that, particularly young Pfeiffer there. Chinese flags being packed away, but hopefully they'll be out for another day. So that's only our first game of today here. We've still got the action between New Zealand and India to come, and that promises to be another great struggle. Let's look at the pool as it stands at the moment. England lifting themselves from the foot of the table right up now to second place, alongside New Zealand, at least on points there. India on 2, China on 2, but we don't know what the result's going to be. China will be watching that New Zealand performance with great interest here. There is the day's hockey so far. England 2, China 0 over in Terrassa, Argentina, one of the favourites to lift the World Cup, take on Canada. We've got India against New Zealand at 19:30 hours Central European time, and then finally in Terrassa, Korea facing the hosts over there, Spain. So this World Cup keeps on giving.